September 11th, and we're out here chopping again. Today we should finish up our bunker if stuff goes well. We're going to take a little bit off of this field here just to get the kind of crown how we want it to get, and then we got the field right behind our house that's super green yet. We planted it late after that rye, and then majority of the field never came up. It's just super green. It really needs about another month to grow, but we always put that on the pile, so it's actually kind of nice. It's super wet yet, so we put that on last. It packs really good, seals the whole pile up good. So hopefully we can get this all done here today. You can find a crew to come help cover the pile tonight. And then wrap that up. Then we are going to make a small bag for carryover next year, which means just so we have feed. It's like next year this time while we're feeding or filling our bunker, we got a bag that we can feed out of at the same time, and it lets the pile sit longer, lets it ferment, and when we do finally get into it, it's not such a drastic change for the cows. It's more consistent. So that's the plan for today. So before this field's all gone, I'm going to show you guys we actually do grow some decent corn, not like all the other stuff we've been chopping. So this is what all the corn should look like. It's about, I don't know, pushing 10 feet tall. Cobs are head high. Nice ear on it, filled out right to the end. Good stand. So this field, it's on the bottom. We call it our bottom field. The whole field is typically a wetter field every year. Actually, most years it doesn't grow that great on a normal rain year. It just kind of usually gets mudded in a little bit. It's always just wet. But a year like this, when it's really dry, it's actually some very nice looking corn, but all the way up and down, consistent. That's beautiful silage. So we can grow some decent corn sometimes. Just played the song "Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning" by Alan Jackson. So today being September 11th, just making me think. So I'm 31 right now. I was 10 years old when it happened. I was in 4th grade, Mrs. Gangle's class at HT. They always say everyone remembers where they were when they heard the news, and that's where I was. I remember Mr. Becker came in, and he's basically was telling Miss Gangle and telling the class, and we didn't have TVs in the classroom or nothing. We didn't have phones or nothing yet. Internet was around for a few years. We think we maybe just got it at school. So we didn't really know much about it. When we heard that the planes flew into towers, I had never heard of the Twin Towers before, nothing. So I really didn't think much of it. And I just remember when I got home from school that day, and I got off the bus, went in the house. Usually Dad is always outside working, doing something. And I remember going in the house and I was hearing the TV on. I said, well, that's kind of weird. And here you go in, Dad's watching the news. That's when I realized it was a pretty big deal. And as the days went on, months, and we found out how big of a deal it really was. So that's kind of my 9/11 story and where I was. Yeah, hopefully our world leaders can get their crap together so we don't have to hopefully ever deal with anything like that again. It's kind of a scary time what we might end up happening in the world, especially what our kids might have to deal with. But hopefully stuff starts to straighten out and we can keep doing what we're doing. A big thanks to all of our troops out there. We feed the world, but without them we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. They're keeping all of us free and safe. It's hard to talk and concentrate what I'm doing here. We're on the last field here. We're chopping the stuff right by the house that we planted later. Came up super late. It is short and it is really wet yet. Not much of a cob, but it should make some decent feed. If anything, it'll seal the bunker up good, packing good. I don't think we're gonna get it covered today. It's quite a bit here to do. And we gotta pack it for quite a while, then cover it, throw tires on it. I'm thinking that's gonna be tomorrow's job. But we're on the home stretch. Kind of show you what this stuff looks like. Alrighty, we got the pile done, at least filled. We packed it for a few hours again this morning. It's time to cover it. Alright, so we're half done covering it. So pretty much every year we've always gotten one big tarp to go over it. But it was kind of, I ordered a cover 3 weeks ago now. And there's some confusion. So we order it through this, whatever, our route man guy. He orders it from a different company. Then when we started chopping, they said, hey, we got started a little bit early. Got so dry on us. Wondering when that tarp's coming. But he got in contact with the company that makes it, and then the guy he talks to left the company at the time, and sounded like it wasn't ordered yet, and we needed to get it covered. So we just got some plastic from the creamery. They got a bunch on stock all the time, so we get our egg bags from. But we gotta do 2 sheets, 2 100 by 60 sheets. So I might just wait in here for Dad to bring the other one up and we'll roll that out. I don't know, hopefully it's fine if it's 2 sheets. I think a lot of people do that. Whatever, it's gonna have to work. But yeah, the pile turned out pretty good this year. Pretty much as big as we typically get it. We could have got a little more in the center here, get a little more of a crown. It's kind of a plateau almost. But the corn wasn't that great this year, and that's all we're gonna get in there. So as we're feeding it through the year, whatever, come next spring or so, we'll start marking the bag. see how much feed we use up in a month, just to make it, we can adjust the ration to make it work so that we don't run out towards next fall or before we gotta start chopping again. So here comes Dad. Looks like Uncle Ronnie's pulling in. So like most people that have piles, they get halves or sidewalls of tires, where tires are cut in half, but we're men around here, so we use full tires. And that's about it. We'll help Dad. Funnest job in the world.
You can skip the gym today.
I skip the gym every day. Got some tires.
I have work clothes on. I have social worker work clothes on. Alright, so usually we cover the bunker and we're a little more planful. We have a few people here that come help out, me included. I'm just on my lunch break from work today. I was working from home. Otherwise I would be in barn clothes also tossing tires, but Farmer Daddy Travis is taking care of it today. But it's kind of a physically intensive job. It's not a ton of fun, but it's necessary. You have to get it totally covered so that it starts to ferment and that air isn't getting in there. It'll start to mold and rot. I will let Farmer Daddy Travis explain it, because if I do, I'll explain it probably wrong. Why do we do this, Dad?
Now you cover it just so sun can't get at it. It's supposed to keep it from oxygen getting exposed, making it spoil, get moldy. I don't know, it's kind of a complicated process. It's got to ferment. The pH levels, I don't know if it goes up or down. I don't even know exactly how it works, but it's got to sit for a while. It should sit for a month before you start feeding it, ideally. That's why we got the other bag we're feeding out of right now. Then we throw the tires on just to keep the cover on, and it kind of packs it a little bit. Not much.
Farming is a lot of hey, yeah, farming is a lot of science, and this job is relatively dirty because these tires sit out here year round, so they're, I mean, moldy mildew, mud. They kind of stink and are gross. The irony of this is 2 hours from now, Farmer Daddy Travis is going to be all dressed up in nice clothes for family pictures.
Really looking forward to it.
It's Travis's favorite pastime is family photos. He dreads it every single year. Alright, I gotta go back to work. Got this under control?
Why not? Nice one. Yeah, these big ones, they don't go out on the pile very far. Right there is good. Should have thrown discus. Alright, we are filling up our bag today. We're making a small bag, a 9x135. That'll be our carryover for next year when we're filling our bunker. We don't got a lot to chop. It should be pretty close to being full. I don't know, we'll see. There might be a little left, might be a little short. We'll see. We got like the test strips or the check strips, the insurance checks. There's about 2 loads worth of that, I would say, and then there's 5 or 6 acres on that bottom field, which is some pretty good corn, so it should be close. But we got just about ready here. We actually borrowed out our head to a neighbor the last couple days. Theirs wasn't working. Well, it got kind of bent up. They ran into something on accident. And we were done with our bunker. We had other stuff to do yesterday. We basically cleaned everything out, got manure hauled, just got stuff caught up around the farm. Now we're ready to start doing ours. They brought the head back this morning, which was nice of them. So I got that hooked up, ready to go. Actually, yesterday I had an issue with the chopper. I was getting a code. Actually, a dealer ended up coming out. We run it's something in the diesel, the exhaust filter had too much soot in it. So I had to run at a high RPM, was 1800 for actually running. I did 1 cycle, didn't fix it. He come out, did like a different regen cycle or something. Each cycle was like 2 hours almost. It ran all day just sitting there. It's kind of frustrating, but after the last cycle, the code was gone. So hopefully we're good to go today. So we're just getting everything ready. So when Sarah was riding with me, she noticed, so I got my headset, because I got to use, there's no foot throttle or clutch or nothing, it's all hands and steering wheel, so it's hard to talk on the phone. So I got this headset, which is awesome, except my phone I always just kind of had crammed in between my legs or in my pocket, which kind of sucks. How someone calls, it's like, who's calling? Well, anyways, she decided to pick me up this thing, suction cup fold holder. So I'm gonna stick this in here. I think I'm gonna put it like right here. Stick it up along the side. So we'll see how this works. Kind of handy. Hoping it would be a little longer to come out here, but it probably won't be able to hold that type of weight out that far, get out of balance. Yeah, we're gonna stick this in here and see how that works for the last 2 days of chopping. Look at that. Get a phone call right away. We'll talk to him speaker, see what he knows. Hello.
Chopping today?
Yep, we're yeah, we got our bunkers down. We're gonna fill up a bag.
Nice. Josh, send you that link for those bikes.
So the insurance strips, they're just 4 rows we leave the length of the field. so it gets a good consistent show what the whole field was. Then we leave little patches like that for the deer and pheasants. There's another chunk over there. The farm is right there. Actually right there. So we can actually see this from the house. So during the winter time, look out the kitchen window, you can see these spots, see the deer out there. It's kind of neat. And that completes our silage for the year. Box is full. Bag's gonna be pretty tight. I don't know if he's gonna get it all in or not. There's 2 full loads there. It's gonna be really close either way, so we're sitting pretty good. Get this thing set up so I can drive on the road without hitting telephone poles. Unhook it right there without it running away. Come on. Alrighty, we're gonna head home. We are not totally done chopping yet. We're gonna make a small bag for a neighbor, like I said before, but we'll probably do that maybe tomorrow, probably next week. We'll see what he's got going on. But hope you guys enjoyed our videos of chopping. I'm sure we do things different than some people, but that's the way farming is. Not one way works perfect or right for everyone.